basketball game. Chicago staying in it. Natasha Cloud. And right before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena after Natasha Cloud got that bucket. She wanted her voice heard. The W. That is Enes Kanter in the building today.
I wanted to take a brief moment to offer my condolences to Enes Kanter. I'm sorry, Enes Kanter. Please forgive me for committing the unforgivable sin of dead naming, but I do want to take a brief moment to give my condolences to Enes Kanter. We hear it behind the line. We are sorry for her recent loss. Yesterday, it was announced that the Chicago Bravado were permanently banning Enes Kanter from their miniature arena. The Chicago Bravado, a team struggling to sell tickets, a team playing in front of thousands of empty seats every night. They announced yesterday that they were banning a customer who was actually willing to pay to watch their unbelievably bad pretend basketball games. Why? I don't know about you guys, but if I'm struggling to sell tickets, I'm not banning anyone. So why would the Chicago Bravado permanently ban a paying customer? And not only is Enes Kanter a paying customer, Enes Kanter is also a multi-millionaire who had aspirations of playing in the WNBA. Aspirations that were crushed when Kathy Engelbert permanently banned Enes Kanter from playing make-believe basketball. As you can see, it has been a very tough week for Enes Kanter. The League of Inclusion, the league that prides itself on equity, they're not being very inclusive, and they're damn sure not being equitable to this bearded beauty. So, what reason was given for this permanent ban of Enes Kanter at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago? Well, according to the Chicago Sky, Enes Kanter, she, her, is an imminent threat and a danger to our community. Going forward, Enes is not allowed in our arena. We've also filed a restraining order preventing Enes from contacting our professional victims that we call players. Excuse me? Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. I'm supposed to believe that Enes Kanter is a threat to WNBA players? Someone please explain to me how Enes Kanter is a threat. Now, obviously, he would be a threat on the court. If he was allowed to play in the WNBA, Enes Kanter would be the MVP of the league. But the other night, he was not threatening Natasha Cloud. Sophie Cunningham hit a three. Enes Kanter stood up to celebrate like everyone else in Chicago. Because even in Chicago, there are very few fans of the Chicago Sky. Enes Kanter celebrates Sophie Cunningham making a shot, and Natasha Cloud has an emotional meltdown and pretends like she wants to fight him. If anyone was being threatening, it was Natasha Cloud. Same Natasha Cloud who supports communism in America. Same Natasha Cloud who wants redistribution of wealth. Same Natasha Cloud who claims to be oppressed. Enes Kanter came to America to escape real oppression. Meanwhile, Natasha Cloud, born and raised in America, and pretends to be oppressed. Now, someone please make it make sense. You know, I would have respected the WNBA if they had just been real with us. I would have respected the WNBA if they had been honest Instead of pretending like Enes Kanter is a threat, all the WNBA had to do was tell the truth. The Chicago Sky could have issued a press release and said, Enes Kanter is a grifter. He is using our league to bring attention to himself. Enes Kanter has become a distraction, and we don't want that in our league. That's it. That is all the WNBA had to say, because it's the truth. Enes Kanter is using the WNBA to bring attention to himself. Now, in his defense, the WNBA, they put themselves in a position to be exploited by former NBA players. Kathy Engelbert's refusal to publicly say no men are allowed in our league, Kat's refusal to lead, has set the WNBA up to be exploited. But there is no denying the fact that Enes Kanter is exploiting the WNBA's weakness and bringing attention to himself. Now, whether intentional or not, Enes Kanter was a distraction the other night in Chicago. He took attention away from the pretend basketball game. That is all the WNBA had to say. There was no need to create some mythical threat. There was no need to lie, because no one believes you anyway. All the WNBA had to be was real. Of course, I guess that's asking a bit too much. How can I expect the League of Make-Believe to be real? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later on the main channel.